that if you're not able to get in touch with them today, obviously you can put more. You can put something in the calendar maybe to follow up with them this week. Ideally, again, we'd be doing this in person, but this is the next best thing, really, is to set aside that time for everyone to pick up the phone and to go exchange phone numbers and speak to your match. Go ahead. As soon as we get off the call here, call them, get in touch, and here are some questions that you can use. I'm going to put them up on the screen. Just a minute. Computer's not listening to me. Here we go. Okay, so we're going to resume at 1 p.m. and here are the questions for you to guide, to think about. So I'm going to leave this open. I'm going to stop recording and we are going to reconvene at 1 p.m. to carry on. Given the budget pressures that PEO Council is under, they are undertaking a complete review of all of the spending that happens within PEO, and they are evaluating whether it aligns with the regulatory mandate of PEO, and then what they're basically gonna be able to do about that. So part of what is motivating them at this point to reach out to Engineers of Tomorrow and say, look, we have run this program. We've run it since 1998. It's been very successful. It's grown. It's prospered. We have been the service provider. We were sort of the hired contractors hired to work on the program, and we really, sort of took it on and got attached to it, as does happen sometimes in your work. You get attached to your clients and to the stakeholders that you're able to work with. We were able to grow the program and really enjoy and take ownership of the impact that's happened. We're very proud of what we've been able to co-create in working with PEO for the last 4 years since we took over the program in 2014. So as of this school year, the program is owned by Engineers of Tomorrow and will be sponsored by PEO. So they are handing ownership of it to us. Some of it is related to cost pressures, and some of it is related to a pressure to align with core regulatory function of PEO, and saying, things like reaching out to kids, reaching out to education. There are some opinions among PEO Council, as I said, those are our elected representatives, who feel that is not as aligned with the PEO mandate as it should be. So there's a lot of debate around that, and certainly I think all of us would have very strong opinions, especially those of us that have been with the program for a long time, really feel this is critical to, everything we spoke about this morning, how this influences technological literacy and evidence-based decision making. And, we're talking about the way our province is going to use its resources. And, this is going to have impact on generations to come in terms of things like climate change and housing policies and what we're doing with, just about every decision that gets made sort of at a governmental level or in at the provincial level is going to impact us in some way. And we want engineers to be front and center. So the more the public is aware, the more the kids we are, sitting in classrooms with today they're going to grow up and they're going to make different decisions because of the way we are educating them, and we're raising their awareness and we're giving them confidence in engineering and STEM fields. So I think there's definitely an investment on the part of the PEO because they founded the program many years ago, in, I guess, 1998, 20 years ago, they founded the program. They've run it since. They hired us to work with them on it. Now, because of cost pressures, they are deciding that they would like to partner with us to make us the owners of the program, and they will sponsor it from here on in. So we are still in process of negotiating the sponsorship agreement for 2019. But what we're saying at this point is that if you support the EIR program and you would like to encourage your PEO counselor to vote in favor of some healthy support to the program, we're going to be tabling a longer term partnership proposal. We're thinking 3 to 5 years. 5 years is obviously optimal, and they're going to vote on that proposal in 2019. So I would say, regardless of how you feel, if you think they should sponsor, if you think they should not sponsor, Yeah, PNGs. This is a great chance for you to exercise the system known as self-regulation, which is to make sure that your PEO counselor votes in line with what you would want them to vote. So that's the sort of, I guess, transition side where, we're saying like where we haven't confirmed our budget yet. We're not really sure. That is why we can't tell you precisely, as far as cost and things goes, because we don't have that revenue secured at this point. We are confident that PEO will support the program. We don't know how much. And so at this point, we are also pursuing other sponsors, which we are now free to do because we are not PEO. We are our own not-for-profit organization dedicated to transforming engineering through strategic outreach. So this is 100% what we do, and we're looking forward to partnering with PEO in it. So the upside of this is that because we will not be sitting under PEO, we will not have the same degree of sort of red tape and limitations associated with being part of a regulatory body. Just being part of a regulatory body means certain things regarding sponsorship, regarding getting permissions to apply for grants and things like that. And it had been limiting the size of the program. You see how things plateaued. If you were looking at the slide earlier where we were able to hit 200 EIRs in over 200 schools last year. This year we're a little bit under 200. Like we're sort of we're starting to plateau in terms of what we can do until we get more financial support and sponsorship. So we do have some leads. I don't want anyone to worry that the program isn't going to continue. We're very confident that we can continue the program. What we do see as far as the strategic value of staying connected with PEO is that we want to continue to have PEO recognize us as this is still your program, even though we're running it. PEO founded it. PEO's a very important partner for us as far as letting us recruit through their eBlast system, letting us talk to their chapters, accessing all of you. You individually are not just, faceless license holders. You're not just arms of the PEO bureaucracy. You are thinking, feeling, participating human beings, and you can and should let your PEO representative know. So this is exciting. We look forward to growing the program larger. We look forward to welcoming other sponsors on board besides PEO. So we definitely feel that PEO sponsorship is likely. They're going to be voting in February. So again, if you would like to do something about that, we would encourage you to let them know what you think about this proposal, whether they should support it or not, and let them know why. I think a lot of counselors that have been elected to PEO council, some of them have been EIRs, and some of them don't even know what the program is. So if you take the time to let them know what you think, that's going to be helpful, and that's going to help us secure not only the financial support of PEO, but also the ongoing non-financial support that we need. Okay, so there's a little bit of housekeeping. Again, it is a transition. We are navigating it, and we don't have all the answers yet as far as everything about the way the program is going to work in 2019 and onward, but we are very confident that we're going to be able to grow the program, and it's going to be bigger and better than ever, maintaining its roots within PEO and making sure that we have those really solid connections to where it came from. So I have time for questions now. Maybe what I'll